All right, everyone, this is today's tech tip, and I think it might be one that is maybe a little bit overdue and one that I think a lot of people working from home and with varying internet connections and reliability could probably get some use out of. I want to show you today how to set up using the offline function through your Google Drive so that you can access files just in case you have an internet outage, if you're going to be somewhere that does not have strong internet or any internet at all. And you can still access things, you can still work on things, but there is a little bit of setup that I want to go through with you. So basically all I want to do is just go off to my Google Drive, and this is a setting in Google Drive. Once we get into Drive, you're going to go to the settings gear and go to settings. Now, this does take a little bit of time to turn on once you click the box. You see right here, it says offline, create, open, edit your recent Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, files on this device while offline. I do want to make you well aware that one thing that's not listed here is Google Forms. Google Forms are online based. You cannot edit nor take nor really do much of anything with a form unless you're online. But as far as the primary ones, the docs, the sheets, the slides, you can make those available offline and you can edit those offline. So all you want to do is just go ahead and check that box, and you'll see down in the left-hand corner it says setting up offline. This takes a minute because it's basically going through all my files and making sure that they're all going to be available for me to set up offline if I so choose. So this isn't the final step. This does not make everything offline. I don't want you to think that you are done at this point. At this point, you are basically setting up the opportunity for you to make things available offline if you so choose. So once that is clicked, you can go ahead and exit the settings window, and then you're basically waiting for this setting up offline to go ahead and finish. I do want to, while it's doing its thing, I do want to show you basically how you're going to set something up to be offline. There's two real easy ways to do it. One might be more preferable to you than another. All you're really going to do is go to a file that you want to make offline, or that you want to make available offline. You want to right click that file. You'll see right now that I have the availability offline right here, right? This switch right here. You can also find that, though, if you are having trouble. I know a lot of people have trouble right clicking on these Chromebooks. The trackpad is a little sensitive. It's set up for touch and not necessarily for click in some instances. And some people just have difficulty doing the two-finger right-click method on the trackpad. Another way that you can do the same exact thing, see here we have down here offline setup is complete, so we're ready to go. You can just go ahead and click the file that you want and come up to these three vertical dots for more actions up here, and it gives you the same option right here to make that file available offline. Once you do that, you're going to notice that you have a little icon that pops up to the right, the file name, and that is the indicator to let you know that you have made that file available offline. Another thing that you can do with this is, even if you are going to create a new file, and I will create this just naming it. If we can get the Chromebook to catch up with me this morning, I'm just going to name it offline, just as an example. And just throw some random text down here again once this Chromebook catches up with me. And you can come up to File and make it available offline right there. Okay, you can go ahead and click that, and document now available offline. If we were to go back here, you can see that icon is listed there, available offline. So there are three different ways that you can make a file available offline for ease of convenience. Again, it's a simple right click over top of it to flip that switch. If you don't like doing that, you can come up to the three dots, the more actions, and you can make it available offline there, or you can again do it within the file itself under File. And as you had just seen a few seconds ago, so we are again waiting on the Chromebook to catch up here. We can go ahead and make it available offline once we get that function available here. And there it is. Okay, it does take some time to catch up there, you can see. Now, again, you can do this on any laptop or MacBook or whatever you're working off of. I'm working off of the Chromebook today because I did want to show you just how this looks on a Chromebook. So once you have it set up to be offline, really the other question that you may have in your head is, well, how do I get to these offline files? On a Chromebook, you actually can go back to your Google Drive, and it'll let you know that you're offline, but it'll also allow you to access those files that you made available offline just as you typically would through your browser. But you can also go down to your launcher and go to Files. And whenever you go to Files, you will see that you basically have your launcher, your Finder, all your files on the left-hand side here. You can go to Google Drive and head down to whatever file it is that you want and go ahead and click it, and it will be available to you as long as you made it offline. It'll definitely let you know if you did not do that correctly, because it'll say this file is not available offline, or that you were offline and you cannot access that file. But saying that you did it correctly, it will open up. You can type in it. It basically saves the changes in that state, and then as soon as you go back online, it re-uploads everything onto your Google Drive, basically refreshes everything to its current states to where you were working on it offline. I can't show you that right now. I wish I could, but I can't show you that because I'm using a screen recorder it obviously uses the internet. So if I were to go offline right now, I would lose my recording. But I'm just telling you that once you go offline, if you lose your internet, if you're somewhere that does not have internet, you can come off to again, this is down to the launcher, which I will show you one more time. Right here, this little circle down here says launcher. You want to go to your files, and then you just want to search in your Google Drive for that file, right, wherever it is listed. You'll see down here too, very last thing I want to say, this offline pin. The only way that you can really get these files here is, and this is for folders, is you're going to pin the folder itself, and that's in your drive. If you were online and you right click, well, here it is right here, because I am still online. I can show it to you. Available offline. You can make that folder available offline. But the weird thing about that is you still have to go in and make sure that you're selecting the files within the folder that you want to make available offline. It's just a safety measure. So if you're working on something and you say, okay, I just want to make sure this is available offline, I would just do the due diligence and go in and make sure that file itself is available offline as well. And again, once you go online, once the internet comes back on, or if you get back to somewhere that has internet, all of those changes that you made to those respective files just become the newest version of the file whenever you go back to it. So I hope this helps. I know that people are obviously we're using internet for basically anything and everything right now. And I know some people have varying degrees of reliability and, everything, outages, everything with internet. And I just kind of wanted to show this to people. And like I said at the beginning, I think it might be something that we should have done a couple weeks ago. But here it is today. You can work on files offline off of Google Chrome, Chromebooks, and you just have to follow those steps that I showed you. So I hope this helps, and everybody have a good day.